Hello and welcome back to Against the Storm Overexplained. Today we have two main goals. The first one is to test out the new small camps that were introduced with the most recent update, and secondly, we're actually going to go ahead and increase the difficulty for the first time since the tutorial. So, we have our two towns here. We've got this fertile ground here that gives us an increased chance of getting fertile soil and gives us bonus bread. Normally, I would go out for these question marks here, but I think in this case, that spot right there is probably going to be the best. And also, we haven't been to the Coral Forest yet in this iteration of Against the Storm Overexplained. The true source of coral's growth is unknown. Contrary to popular belief, it doesn't usually appear in flooded regions. The unique influence of the coral mutates trees into distinctive strands that offer various resources. This is an interesting one because the trees give lots of things other than just your standard wood or resin or insects. We're going to jump up to Pioneer, which means more reputation is going to be required to win. Now, in the last video, we actually unlocked this new species, harpies. We're not going to go with that caravan this time around because I want to have sort of my usual setup of humans and lizards first before I introduce the harpies. And we're going to go ahead and grab some excess wood, and we're going to grab some eggs, and we're going to depart. So, we have an increased chance of fertile soil, we've got diverse flora, as we already said, and villagers have a 5% chance of earning bonus yields for each hostility level. So higher hostility means better production, so that's a risk reward. +3 to meat production. Gain additional meat every yield. Okay, that's excellent. Sun festivities. Villagers with this effect during the drizzle only have a +20% chance of doubling the yield with each production cycle. And what are our negatives? As always, looming darkness. Horrors from beneath. Villagers working in mines get -10 to resolve during the storm. Okay, that's at 1 or more hostility, so I am going to have to keep an eye on that. Villagers with this effect have soaked their clothes and get a -5 penalty to their resolve, but I can prevent it so long as they have housing. Okay, not worried about that one. And then at hostility 3, cold snap, +50% chance of consuming double food. Nothing really horrifying so far. We've got a lizard on our main hearth as always. Gonna go ahead and make our first few paths. Now we have here reeds and vegetables. So now would be an excellent time to check out the new small camps. So the small foragers camp? No, the small harvesters camp. I'll go ahead and set down here with a path to start working on those reeds. Now, these coral trees here have stone and incense in them. Incense is used for religious ceremonies later on in the game. These sort of clamshell ones have meat and looks like crystallized dew, which is used to make things like small tools. And these big leafy ones over here have plant fiber as well as wood. So as you can see, where I cut is going to determine what I get. So I'm actually going to start by making my way into this central area with a woodcutter camp. We'll set up a few starter decorations, and I think we have enough space here for a full square of housing. I don't, unfortunately. That's okay. We'll clear that place out pretty soon. There we go, 4 shelters. I'm going to set down the crude workstation right away. And the trading post. And we're going to prioritize the woodcutter camp, then the harvester camp. Okay, let's go. So for now, we're going to go out here, and we're going to choose only marked trees and avoid glades. I don't want to get any of these yet. I'm just expanding a little bit at first. Now, a quick note about early strategy. So I know I have access to a lot of meat, so I am already thinking meat, turn it into jerky, turn it into skewers. I also have access to this reeds right at the very beginning. My mind's automatically thinking turn it into cloth, turn them into coats. So when I go into my blueprints eventually, I will be looking specifically for those buildings. Gain a villager every time you discover a new glade, always very solid. We are in a place where we're going to have a lot of fertile ground, so it's entirely possible that grain bags is the way to go. But early in the game, I almost always prioritize new villagers over basically anything. You'll notice again, I am not messing around with the blueprints at all until I know what is around me. So I'm going to cut into at least maybe one small glade and get ready to cut into this big glade before I look at my blueprints. Orders. I need a trading post and 5 amber. I think that's going to be good enough. We're already building a trading post. Keep lizard resolve above 10 for 30 seconds. Or cut through to discover 2 glades. Okay, both of these are super easy, so the question is which one do I want? I don't actually need a new group of lizards because we're going to have a lot of population coming in from Lost in the Woods. So I think steel pickaxes, steel shovels, and a few simple tools is probably the best way to go. Complete 2 glade events and get 3 packs of building materials, or get 1 ancient tablet worth a wildfire essence. Then again, clearing glades gets me parts, which sometimes in the early game I trade parts in order to get goods that I need. I think I'm going to go with clearing glades. Getting those shelters up. Now, food's looking fine for now, but we are going to go ahead and make a small forager's camp anyway. Just to make sure we don't run out. I'm going to start moving us toward this small glade right here. Normally I avoid small glades, but I'm not producing anything yet for the dangerous glade, so I'm going to play it safe for now. It is looking like I might need another woodcutter camp, because my wood collecting is very slow right now. I'm not going to say you should always make 2 woodcutter camps, but so far, it's been a pretty decent rule of thumb for me. We'll keep 2 out for building purposes. Get a couple of them chopping down trees. Please avoid glades. Now, I'm going to move you closer to the glade. We'll get some paths set out. And we're just going to go ahead and let you cut into that. Trader's up, so we should be able to see her in the drizzle of next year. And that'll be the time when we're ready to get into here. More vegetables, some coal, that's always nice. And an herb node. So we're going to clear that out, but we're also going to make our way towards this dangerous glade. Okay, into our first storm. We seem to be doing all right. In fact, we might be able to move this forager camp. That's fine where it is for now. Okay, now that we're in the drizzle again, and now that we have Zorg coming in about 2 minutes, I am going to take a risk and go through to this dangerous glade, and if I don't have the thing I need to use in order to get rid of the dangerous glade event, I'm hoping Zorg will be able to trade it to me. Planting and harvesting is slower, but wood production is increased. 40 water skins for every reputation point obtained through high resolve. I feel like water skins aren't going to be super useful to me, but on the other hand, this is a place where I'm supposed to get lots and lots of fields. Both of these are kind of okay. I might even hit decline on this one. Nah, we'll go with family gratitude. No risk to that one, at least. Now, you are going to cut, like, directly through. And that'll finish out the Lost in the Woods order. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, we found ourselves a stone deposit and some herbs and some reeds. Very nice. Fertile soil, a cache, a furnace, and a shrine. The shrine requires incense, which I can actually gather pretty quickly on my own if I want. Or fabric, or infused tools, simple tools. I think I'm going to get from Lost in the Woods, yeah? Excellent. Okay, so I'll deliver that. I'll go ahead and assign the 6 simple tools. We're going to get someone working on this right away, because I do not want to lose 5 people. Do I want tablets and planks and incense for roots, or do I want to send it to the Citadel? This one's pretty obvious. I'm going to keep it. And we're going to go ahead and extend this path out. To there. Okay. Now that I've taken a good look around, I've got a pretty good idea of what's around me. We're going to go ahead and take a look at our blueprints. Since we have what's it called? A supply of crystallized stardew or rain dew, I think the carpenter is a good way to go to get those simple tools going. As I said before, since we have access to reeds early on, I'm going to go ahead and pick the clothier and hope that we get the weaver at some point. So we definitely need something to do with the fields. And I think the herb garden is the way to go, because we're going to get incense when we produce roots. So we're going to go ahead and grab the herb garden. And then finally, none of these are particularly good right now. I'm going to go with the provisioner, but it's not really a great pick. Zorg, what do you got? You have the plantation and herb garden blueprints, as well as the fragrant roots perk that I already have, although it does double up, so that might actually be worth buying. I need 5 amber for one of my orders. So what do you want for that? Go a couple of parts. Few reeds. There we go. That clears out that order, which will get us some more simple tools and some parts and some biscuits. We've got newcomers. Definitely want to get the influx of beavers so that I can get more stuff. And we're going to start using them to clear out this entire area here. It looks like incense is going to be a really big deal this game. Also, I need to start taking advantage of this coal as quickly as possible. Oh, that's not coal, that's stone. Did I see coal somewhere? Ah, yes. There's coal over here. We're going to take our second woodcutter camp, which has been doing a good job over there. We're just going to come over here, start clearing out this coal hub. I'm even okay with it going into that glade. There we go. We've got one more blueprint. Small farm for grain. Okay, we got this. So I was going to put an herb garden here. And I might still. Because I do want to be producing roots. But given the other blueprints that I've gotten, I think my first one should probably be the small farm. So we're going to plant that there. You are a furnace, which can produce copper bars, bricks, and pie. Okay, so we're definitely going to rebuild that, but we don't currently have the tools for it. That said, do you have planks? You don't. Great. So we're going to have to go ahead and assign a couple of folks to the workstation, get started. We will max them out at 10 of each for the time being. So, getting started on Tier 2 materials. Harvester's Camp doesn't have anything nearby, which means I can pull these two for another job. We are definitely going to want a warehouse up here sometime soon. Again, might be a minute before we have the materials for it, but it's always nice to place it down. We're even going to place down the site for our next hearth. But we're going to deprioritize that. It's not a big deal. I just want to make sure I know what space looks like. Now, as soon as that coal gets cleared out, we're putting a mine there. Very important. In fact, I think we're about there. Excellent. We're going to move this kind of out of the way. And just go ahead and start clearing out the center of town here. Farm is ready to go. And what we need is farm fields. Wait, I don't want a path there. I want farm there. I got a couple of homeless folks, so we should probably get some more shelters going. That should serve us for quite some time. Now I have planks and I have bricks, so we're going to send a couple of folks in here to rebuild. And we're going to send a couple of people in here to start fertilizing the fields because the storm is coming. You two are done working, so I'm going to send you out to build. And in fact, what other things can I now make? I can go ahead and drop a clothier, even though I'm not really getting a lot of fabric yet. I can still use the crude workstation to make fabric, so that is a possibility. Excellent. Into our next drizzle. First off, whichever one gives me the most, honestly. Because we now have a mine, which is going to make keeping the fire going a whole lot easier. Drop a carpenter down as well. We don't have enough simple tools for this cache yet, but we will. Oh, we will. And our furnace is ready. We can make bricks with it more efficiently than the other place can. So I'm going to go to the recipes panel. I'm going to go to bricks. I'm going to stop the workstation from making it. And I'm going to start the furnace making them. We'll set a limit of, let's say, 30. That should be plenty. We'll get a lizard there because it's a nice warm place, but I think only one is fine. Now is when we're going to bump up the priority on this small hearth because we're starting to get an influx of people. Another villager every time we discover a new glade, or every open cache lowers hostility. This might end up being a mistake, but I'm just going to go ahead and take the double lost in the woods. Also, I need to make some packs of building materials for that order, so that should be a pretty easy thing to make. We'll drop a makeshift post down here, and we'll get started on that too. Speaking of which, if we're going to be getting new people for going into glades, we should probably start cutting into some more glades. This is one time that I don't mind cutting into a couple of small glades because I'm going to be getting a bunch of people out of it. So go ahead and cut into there. So we are going to drop someone in there because one fabric makes 10 coats. So even though we're not making fabric very quickly, or very efficiently, we can still raise our resolve with those coats, at least until we get something else that can make cloth better. Okay, packs of building materials. Gonna be a minute before I can afford to make those. We need to build up some bricks and some planks, it looks like. So we'll head back over to the kiln, or the furnace. New glade with some meat, some reeds, and some more coal. Okay, so fuel is not going to be an issue, it looks like, this run. That's nice. Very, very good to know. And then this one we're going to move over to here, I think. We'll cut into that one up there. I'm kind of okay with my hostility increasing because I do get some benefits from it. New orders. 15 packs of crops or, ooh, coal and building materials. So coal is really easy. On the other hand, making all of these produce bonus goods is super powerful. And I'm already going to be making coats. This is not an easy decision. I think I'm going to go ahead and go with packs of crops. I feel like I'm going to be getting a lot more fertile ground pretty soon. We'll do happy brewing as well. New clothes is perfect because I'm already making clothes. Lizard resolve at 20 and make packs of provisions. Lizard resolve's only at 11 right now, but it can be done. We'll go ahead and give it a try. Okay, now we've got plenty of vegetables, so what I really should have done is crossed out vegetables and only gone with grain, but I have corrected that mistake now. And we're just going to go ahead and start cranking out some simple tools. I mean, I may as well, right? I've got the crystallized dew coming from the trees. So what I really need now is, again, more people. That's my biggest thing. I've got plenty of space. I've got plenty of things that are producing. I just need more folks. Old Farliff has dropped by. Crystallized dew for berries, that's kind of good. All recipes that use metal or ore will be produced more quickly. I don't really think there's anything I need here. Thank you anyway. We're going to move one person here to make some building materials. Here comes our new makeshift hearth. And that lizard that built it right there, you get to be the hearth keeper here. So let's go ahead and put some decorations up. And yeah, I don't have anyone to build them yet, but that's not a big deal. We are going to go ahead and cut toward this dangerous glade here. But we are going to avoid glades. Now, as soon as we hit the drizzle, I'm going to remove this this avoid glades. There we go. So now we will cut into that one, get ourselves some more folks, but first, ancient sewing technique gives us even more clothing. That's excellent. As well as a big old bundle of fabric. New cornerstone. Every 2 newly completed dangerous and forbidden glade events lowers hostility by 50. Let's do that, because we are about to break into at least one hostile glade. Each of them have 5. I like the one with bricks and parts, so we're going to take that. And now we've got plenty of people. So we need to make sure we know where they're all going. There we go. I am making a lot of bricks over in the furnace. Put folks in the mine. And the carpenter. Really quick, how many? I've been making some small tools. How many do I have now? Still only 8. I am making them, though. Oh, I've got 4 of them in storage. Got it. Okay, cool, cool, cool. No problem. New glade means 2 new people. I'm going to keep them as builders for a minute. I think we're going to go with the smokehouse, and that does change things a little bit. So I'm going to drop the smokehouse right away, if I can find a spot for it. I'm going to prioritize that at maximum, because I want to go ahead and start dropping a few small trapper camps around some of this meat. Especially since I'm already getting a bunch of meat from this tree here, I think going with the smokehouse is a very good plan. Ooh, that is very intimidating. We've got some stone, some bugs over here. Wow, those are gigantic. We've got some meat, more coal, and a fishman cave and a couple of caches. Threats. 3 fishmen totems and an impatience point, and while I'm working on it, a fishman totem spawns every 60 seconds. I have the tools to do it, so let's go ahead and get started. We can either get a bunch of meat, a bunch of clay, and a bunch of insects, or we can get amber and reputation. I think we're going to go ahead and keep the goods, because I am going to start mass producing jerky pretty quick. And we're going to have to keep our eyes open for the rest of that. Now, clearing glades has been finished, so we're going to get some jerky anyway, some parts, and a bunch more people. This is going very well. We need the people. It means we can start making more coats. It means we can put more people... Actually, I'm going to take you out of the makeshift post. Get them in the trapper camp so we can start producing meat. Harvester camp still doesn't have anything near it. And we need some more housing post haste. There we go. 4 more houses should be enough to get us going again. Let's see. The temple is religion and education, and since we are passively gaining incense, which is what you use for religion, see the incense that we're getting from the trees, we have 14 already. That's going to be huge. So we're going to go ahead and pick the temple, and we're going to start clearing out a space for it. In fact, okay, a Fishman totem just means plus 30 hostility, which gets me up to 2. That kind of sucks. But 50 seconds with a worker should be able to remove it. How's this doing? A minute and a half left. There's our thumbnail. Alright, since I'm out of stuff now, I am going to keep one person in the carpenter. And I have too many bricks. Awesome. So I've got lots and lots of workers now. Which is good because I keep getting these totems. Okay, not bad. Smokehouse is ready. We will staff it completely with lizards. Look at all that meat. No limit. We'll go ahead and let them use coal as well as wood to heat it. Oh, and we do need incense as well, so I guess we can also do insects for incense. In fact, we'll stick to meat for jerky and insects for incense. I think that's a better idea. And you, I believe, can go ahead and cut into there now. New orders. Welcome new villagers from camps for some tools. Temple and and scrolls. Okay, let's do that. I don't know if I have anything to make scrolls with yet, but we'll figure it out. I have 13 lizards, so that's going to be an easy one. All right. Reeds, meat, fertile soil. Very nice. That's a lot of fertile soil. And fuming machinery. I do have the tools for it, but I can also use bricks, and I've got plenty of those. We'll drop a couple of people in there. And I actually really like this idea. Gain 3 wine for every 15 ale produced, and a whole bunch of copper bars and crystallized dew, which I can use to make more simple tools. We're definitely doing that. And also, we will make an herb garden that's only going to produce roots. Right there. Yes, indeed. Farm field. Let's see. I'm sure there are some humans around that are... Ah, yes. In you go. Excellent. And into the storm. Perfect timing. The stonecutter camp is still the full stonecutter camp, so that's nice. New cornerstone. Metallurgic proficiency, because we're making tools. And I think I'm getting plenty of coats, so we'll go this way. We've got our lizard majority, so in 30 seconds we'll be done there. I only want roots from you, please and thank you. We'll get more insects, as well as nets, which means bonus to our meat production, which is excellent. And that's exactly what I needed right there, the weaver. However, I do have a thing to get education, to get scrolls. So I'm actually going to go with the scribe. Which we're going to drop right there. Small forager camp doesn't have anything nearby. Doesn't seem to have anything out there either, so we'll go ahead and just remove it. And in fact, we'll put another small trapper camp out here by these little meat animals. Still have a few folks that need a place to stay. That's what happens when you increase your population so much. There we go. Lizards are doing great. We have plenty of simple tools now. Now begins the race to the end. So once you begin mass producing simple tools, the best thing to do is to start sending these to the Citadel. Yeah. It's going to give us a reputation and a pile of amber. Now that we have grain coming out, do we have anything that can make flour? I do. I have the provisioner. So I'm still making cloth really inefficiently, but I think it's going to be worthwhile anyway. As soon as the scribe and the temple are done, I think we're pretty much at the end of the game. Okay, our scribe is up. We can use it to make ale, which is perfect. Pigment or wine? I don't have either. That's unfortunate. But even without that, I have plenty of incense, and if all 3 of these are filled, I get Sacrament of the Flames, which just means that good sacrifice burn longer. Actually, we'll do 1 of each. So now, anyone who needs religion should be getting a significant resolve bonus. So the humans and the lizards are both going to start getting some pretty big resolve bonuses pretty quick. If we can ever get scrolls done, that'll work. We have plenty of humans for this. We don't have plenty of humans. I thought we had more. My bad. Mine has no ore left. Okay. Can I move it? I can't. But I do think I have other coal around here somewhere. Ah, right there. Yeah, who doesn't want to live right next to a coal mine? It's fine. Okay, and watch the resolve skyrocket, friends. So as you can see, both humans and lizards are getting a massive +8 bonus to their resolve for having religion. We got a new blueprint. We're going to go ahead and grab, I think, the beaver house. That way we can start making them happy too. Though we don't really have a whole lot in the way of planks. I'm just going to set these down. And then we're either going to buy or make some planks. We've got plenty of amber as well. So the more beavers are in their own houses, the better it's going to be. There we go. That's way too many, but whatever. We're going to keep the woodcutter camp next to these coral trees that give incense to make sure that our religion stays running. And I'm not really interested in breaking into any more glades. I think we have everything we need right now to win. So we're going to make a ton of flour. We're going to make, I think, barrels. We're not going to make packs of provisions. And then, once we have flour, I believe we have something that can be used to make pies or biscuits. The furnace can make pies. Lizards like working in the warm. Don't care, don't care. We will make meat, herb/insect pies. Perfect. So once that gets online, it's smooth sailing. We're out of here. No problem. Trader has arrived. We do need a bunch of planks, so we're just going to buy a bunch of planks. It's not like we don't have the money for it. Also, just to boost resolve, we're going to go ahead and buy pies. Ale, even though I don't have a tavern. Actually, no. Yeah, it's fine. Do you have anything else that will make me happy immediately? Not really. Okay, perfect. All those houses are going up now that I bought a bunch of planks. New blueprint. We'll go lizard house. We'll make a little lizard row here. So as you can see, I'm not really relying a lot on orders for this one. That's just the way it goes sometimes. Sometimes you're able to get your win through purely resolve rather than through doing a bunch of orders. And that's fine. Low on fuel. If the fire goes out, that's a problem. But I did just start making a bunch more coal, so pretty sure I'm going to be fine. We'll grab the rain mill, but I don't think I'm even going to put it down. Okay, making a bunch of pies. Don't need any more people. 5 pigment for every 10 insects is nice. Too bad I don't have a full trapper camp, but that's okay. So we're coming up on the end. It does look like I am going to have to make some of these orders, or finish some of these orders, if I want to beat the game. So we're going to go ahead and start making some packs of crops. I need 10, right? I need 10. No, I need 15. I also need some packs of provisions. So we'll get that done too. I thought I could coast to victory just on resolve only, but as you can see, resolve by itself doesn't quite get you as far as it used to in the earlier forms of this game. And I like that. There should never be a point when you're just coasting to victory. Lizard resolve is done. I believe we also have some caches around here somewhere I can still get. There we go. Packs of crops done. Getting us right to the very edge there. I don't really have anything to sacrifice. Maybe if I sacrifice some coal. That doesn't really up my resolve, so I'm not going to bother. And that's the game. No problem. Got a few deeds done. First steps, fertile metals, overcoming difficulty, and coral forest. We got 48 food stockpiles this time, which is bigger than we were getting back on settler difficulty, but it also takes into account the bonus that I get for making an area next to the fertile plains modifier on the map. So we're going to head back to the world map. Ooh, and we've got this haunted forest out here. Dangerous and forbidden glade warnings are disabled. Well, I know what we're doing next time, but for right now, we're going to drop into the smoldering city. We're going to turn in our deeds. We're going to level to 6, it looks like. That gives us access to Artisan, which makes coats and pigments and barrels. That would have been useful today. The Press, which can make oil. The Monastery, which is religion and leisure. A new trader, Sother the Ancient. We get a new cornerstone, -5 penalty to global resolve, but +15 when you get a new glade. This is one of my favorites. Very, very excited to show that again on video. And frequent caravans boosts global resolve by 3 when you finish a trade route. We haven't done trade routes yet. That is in a future video as well. Alright, looking at upgrades. We've got 51 food, but we don't have anything else, so unfortunately this one is out. Bonus embarkation points, I like that idea. +1% boost to obtaining bonus production yields. Vegetables and meat as an embarkation bonus. Ooh, you have one more option to choose from when choosing blueprints. That's nice. I'm going with that. And I think that's all we can get because we only have 17 food left. I do believe in our next video we are going to go ahead and settle right here in the Scarlet Orchard next to this haunted forest. But until then, ooh, even better. We have a cursed royal woodlands, but it's not quite next to it. So I think instead, we are just going to go ahead and settle here, deal with the haunted forest. We might even increase the difficulty again one more time. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time on Against the Storm Overexplained.